How you doing? I'm Paddy Godfrey. I'm a singer-songwriter from Belfast, originally from Cumber, but spent most of my life here in Belfast for my sins. Well, what got me into music was being brought home by the police one too many times. I always wanted a drum kit, wasn't allowed a drum kit, and eventually my mum got fed up and went, right, we're getting him a drum kit because then at least we know where he is. Problem is, all the neighbours knew where I was as well, so there was a bit of a problem there. And then I decided to go into tech and study music. And when I got there, there was too many drummers, and they said, "Does anyone else know how to play anything else?" And I put my hand up and said, "Yeah, I know how to play guitar." And now I'm a guitarist. Well, if that's 3 chords, I can play the same 3 chords I could play back then. So drums then kind of went out the window, and then with the birth of my son and stuff, then drums really weren't a thing anymore, and all the kits got sold, and guitar became the main instrument. My big sister always had a guitar lying around. She was probably still is a better guitar player than I am. So I think the reason I ended up picking a guitar up was because it was accessible. There was one there, so I could lift it. And I remember she had like a big dictionary. It was just a big dictionary of chords, and I just sat there and would mess about with them a few times. And I think the first song I ever learnt was "Turn the Page" by Bob Seger, and I kind of made my own wee version of it. And that's kind of once you kind of take a song that you love and then you make your own version of it. There was a wee bit there you go, "Oh, this is class." I could definitely see myself doing this and maybe coming up with my own songs as well. Steal off the greats and claim them as my own. But yeah, that definitely the accessibility of it, and the fact that the neighbours didn't complain when you played the guitar was a bit of a bonus. I'm so far from your mind, I can't say I'm not blind, but I ain't stopped thinking about you. And I don't sleep well at night without my darling by my side. And now I've gone and got myself blues. Well, I ain't happy, yes that's true. Can't go on without you. So darling, please, won't you come on home? 'Cause my hands, they won't hold still until you come over that hill. I'll be waiting here for you. Well, oh, how cruel you're treating me. You left me with your memory. Won't you beat me down and keep me on my knees? And if I cry late at night, it's only 'cause you're on my mind. And I feel the chill of those cold and lonely nights. If it can be plugged in so as people can hear me when I'm playing live, that's important. If there's 6 strings on it, that's kind of important. I'm not a guitar nerd. I can appreciate a nice guitar, but at the same point, for what I can do on one, 6 strings and a neck will suffice. I'm not too fussy about it. How I came about owning this guitar is because my other guitar, the pickup, broke, and I needed a backup in the meantime. I bought this on the cheap, and then it's now become the main guitar because it could be because I prefer it. It could be because I just don't care. It's the one that's handy. But yeah, not too fussy. I find with most songs that I write that are, go on to become part of my set. I've probably got hundreds of songs, but you only play a dozen of them. But the ones that become part of your set, they tend to be the ones that I'm sitting on the sofa just noodling about, and I go, oh. And then it starts to get a bit of traction. You write a line out, and within 5 minutes you've kind of got the skeleton of what's going to be the song that you're going to be playing loud and proud in bars in a week's time. You know, and if I ever sit down going, you know what, I'd love to write a song like this, and like see when I try and force it like that, you end up coming up with nothing. And then I think you kind of force yourself into a bit of, you feel like you've got writer's block, but it's really just because you're trying to force something that isn't there. I find with myself, like, you know, if I'm gonna write a song, it's getting written in 5 minutes, or it's not getting written. Simple as that. Well, I've got to see you once again. I'm so sorry for all the pain that I caused you so long ago. Won't you see me once more? When I set out to hold your hand, I only wanted to be your man, 'cause you was perfect in every way. Well, I'm so sorry now you got away. Well, as complicated as my life's been in the past, we used to listen and kept me warm when I had no other place to go. Well, now I'm on my feet again, and I've got to try to live, but I'm so lonesome and I still cry. Well, I need someone by my side. Yes, I gotta see you once again. I'm so sorry for all the pain that I caused you so long ago. Won't you see me once more? Oh, won't you see me, baby, see me once more? Well, I know you're listening, and I hope you let me in. But if you don't, dear, I'll understand. Well, I'll never forget being your man. Yes, I gotta see you once again. I'm sorry now for all the pain that I caused you so long ago. Won't you see me once more? Or won't you see me, baby, see me once more? Yeah, yes, I think it can be a struggle. I think if you really bed down and work hard at it, you'll get results. I think this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think there's lots and lots of very talented people in Belfast, so that can be a challenge because you got to come up head and shoulders above them if you want to drawing a crowd. Trying to get people out as well. I mean, especially ever since lockdown and stuff, it's just been harder to get people out. People don't want to go out and spend £7 or £8 on a pint, and they certainly don't want to give you £10, £15 to listen to you tell them about your ex-girlfriend. You know, they're it can be tricky, but I think you can definitely make it work. You know, but again, you need to be realistic. If you've got £900 a month rent, how are you going to make £900 a month with this? And that's just one bill covered. Like, you know, I haven't even got into anything there. It can be tricky. It's an expensive place to live, and people don't want to go out. So I'd say it's hard enough to make a living off. Honestly, one thing that makes me want to go out and write again and play again is seeing someone else do a really good job at a live show, and you're like, oh, here, I need to get back. I want to be that guy. I want to do that. That's what puts me forward. And inspiration wise for where I write, I mean, it comes from everywhere. And again, as I said before, if I write a song, it's getting written in 5 minutes. Like, there's a lot of times the songs I play, it's like, well, you know, you could say that sounds like them or that sounds like that, and that's where the influences come from. I can't even tell you if it is or not. You know, it's just it's the way it comes out. You know, I try to be honest. One thing I've liked about most of the artists that I enjoy listening to is the honesty behind them and the fact that it's real. I don't want to sing songs about something I don't know anything about, because I feel like people can see through that and go, he's making that up. You know, it's nice to just go, let it flow straight from the heart, straight from the brain. You know, whatever's on your mind, get it out. And I mean, that's the best thing about music as well, because you can take things like that. It's an expression, so I can't express something that I don't have, I suppose, is the only way I could put it. This songbook that I'm writing sure hope makes up the year. 'Cause I know you don't like what I'm singing. No, I know you think I'm cruel. Well, I blame myself on every line that I write. Well, I guess it's just so easy, just to put on a disguise at home. At home. And girl, you act like I don't want you. Girl, you act like you don't care. Well, I ain't gonna distort the truth, no. Lord knows you weren't there at home. At home. At home. At home. So I blame myself on every line that I write. Well, I guess it's just so easy, on at the skies at home. At home. I love the crack. It's like a small gig in a small room. I know a lot of people would get stage fright. I love being in a room full of strangers and having a microphone. It's gives me a bit of a rush because I do need to watch what I say. I have been known to have quite a mouth on me, so but it makes it exciting, and I have had no real complaints yet. So long may that continue. But definitely live playing is the best. In the American bar, can't remember exactly what year, but it was my first live performance since lockdown had ended, and the room was packed to the rafters, and then like even after the gig and all, people were just hanging around having a really good time, and that was a good gig because it was like we're back on, and I got all dolled up in my suit and all, you know, did my best I want to be Johnny Cash look. Yeah, it was just great because everybody was down for that, and everyone had missed live music. I'd missed live music, so it was just one of those shows where you give it stacks. Well, darling, I wish I could hold you one more time. I need someone to tell me I'm gonna be alright. Well, the days are so long and lonely are the nights. This silence lighter than any of all of our fights. Well, I don't know how long I can go on, but I guess it's been a long, long while. But maybe that's the problem I can't solve, and the reason I miss you like a child. Well, some folks keep staring and it stopped bothering me. It ain't the clothes that I'm wearing or my crooked teeth. Well, maybe it's a black cloud hanging over my head, or maybe it's my sound so low and full of dread. The songs I decide I want to record to be the ones that mean the most to me and the ones that get the best reactions live. Personally, I hate recording. I hate being in the studio. I hate having the headphones in and sitting in a dead room where it doesn't sound, you know, when you're playing in a big room like this and you get all that nice ambience, you know, and stuff, and then you go into a wee booth and it's been made, it sounds dead. I struggle to record. I'm not a big recording fan. I like playing live, but you know, people go, I want a CD, so you have to do it. You know, there's worse things you could be doing in an afternoon than sitting in a nice warm studio drinking cups of tea. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's the one aspect that I don't enjoy the most, to put it plainly. I mean, putting together the idea and plan for a gig, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but there's a bit of work in it. You've got to find your venue, you've got to make up your posters and all that stuff. That's one part of it. Getting the bums in seats, it can be like, you can get lucky with it. Sometimes just the stars align and people are just out that night and you're laughing. I put a few gigs on a couple of years ago over the course of a year, and what I noticed is Wednesday night gigs seem to perform better attendance-wise compared to Friday or Saturday night gigs. And I put this down to just having too much competition. There's too much on Fridays and Saturdays. There's nothing on a Wednesday, and I think people go, sure, we're never out on a school night. Let's, just for the crack, we'll do it this once. And I think, that's how I feel. That's why they went the way they went. But I don't think there's a right answer to it. You can get lucky and you can get unlucky. It's just the way it is. I am sick, so I'm tired of you treating me so bad and making me so blue now, baby. I think, baby, I think I better find something better to do with my time than to spend it chasing you, just chasing you. Well, you must think that I'm out of my mind, or I ain't got nothing better to do with my life. 'Cause darling, I'm running low on time. I can't stand around, I can't stand your crying. No, baby, don't go, baby. Well, I am running in circles again, and it hurts my head, no, it hurts my brain, no, baby. Well, I can't cope, but if it's time, then it's time, baby. Oh, yes, it's time for me to go. Oh, Lord, no. Well, you must think that I'm out of my mind, or I ain't got nothing better to do with my life. 'Cause darling, I'm running low on time. I can't stand around, I can't stand your crying. No, baby, don't go, baby. I'm heading out again, yes, I'm going down to see some friends who lately they say I'm crazy, but I know what's best for me, so keep your opinion inside of your teeth now, baby. You can't save me. Well, you must think that I'm out of my mind, or I ain't got nothing better to do with my life. 'Cause darling, I'm running low on time. I can't stand around, I can't stand your crying. No, baby, don't go, baby. If you love playing music, do it because you love it. If it becomes the point where it's like it feels like a chore, or you're getting a bit heartbroken over the fact that you're not getting the gigs you want, or you're not making the money off it, then I would say go back to doing it for the reasons you started doing it, not for monetary reasons, because you'll just ruin it for yourself. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do now, is just take a bit of a back seat. For a long time there, it was like, right, I want to be getting this many gigs and making this much every month. And then you're going out and you're doing these gigs, and it's the only time you lift your guitar or you play your instrument. You're not at home writing, you're not at home learning new stuff, because you've turned it into a job and a chore. And I mean, some people are happy enough to slog away at it like that. But I used to really, really, really love playing music, and up until recently, that had changed. I was just like, I was doing it, and it was a chore. It was a task to me. I didn't want to do it. Sometimes you like, oh God, I have to go out here and do this gig, and and then I'm gonna be up to this time, and then I have to get up tomorrow. And when you're doing it like that there, and you've ruined it for yourself in a way. Maybe I'm just lazy. social media is kind of the only real way. That's the way it goes. So social media, Spotify, YouTube. You look me up on there, search for my name, and you should find something. You know, that's about it. I was a redneck living in the woods, weird on this mountain so far away from you. But I love all you people, but peace is what I want. So won't you please leave me up on the mountain? I was raised in the city, far from the green, as far and as wide as the eye could see. But that was all I dreamed of, a life I never knew. Well, people think I'm crazy, oh, I've got those redneck blues. Made a word. Well, I'd hunt my own dinner and I'd pick wild fruit, and I'd swing by the campfire to keep away the wolves. Well, if anything's gonna take me, it'll be these goddamn redneck blues. Living in the woods, away on those mountains so far away from you. Well, I love all you people, but peace is what I want. So won't you please leave me up on the mountain?